Hello, everybody. Happy Wednesday. Happy hump day, as our Deirdre likes to say. Let's get it started with some beautiful day. Hello. Good morning, everybody. All right, let's see what we got going on today. Who's here in the house? Where am I? We're on Enlightened World Network. Here we are. Okay. Okay, let's play it again. Wake up, wakey, wakey. Hello, darling Erica.
So you're in a hurry. Well, you better calm down.
Help me share this out.
We're
Get it going.
around you.
It's all the keys up.
If you're in a hurry, you're missing the point. Should enjoy the fruits of life instead of chasing coins. Because
bacon. Right.
It's a beautiful day.
Good morning, Leslie.
Isn't all?
Tracy Gary, good morning. You're awake at 5 a.m. Well, guess what? It's 6 o'clock for me. I moved into a different time zone when I came here into New Mexico. So I got to sleep for an extra hour. And boy, was that weird because I kept thinking I had overslept. But I didn't. And I'm here. And let's go into our heart brain. I don't know where everybody is this morning, but let's give them time to get in here as we do our heart brain and really feel into the energy today. We've got a great morning here together. So let's put our hands on our heart, slow down the breathing. When you do this, you're actually healing the cells inside your body. So if there's something going on with you, just take this moment for you. Take this moment to really feel healed, to feel healthy. And as you breathe in slowly and breathe out slowly, add in that element of love. Add in warmth. Add in thoughts, remembering things like hugs, things like seeing family and friends, sitting around the table talking. And let's continue with that thought. Continue to just be in that blissful moment. And then after that, we'll share some I am stories. We'll do some affirmations this morning. Start our day off on a really good foot. I am healthy. I am happy. I am living my dream. I am a light shining in the darkness. I am open to receive whatever life brings today. I am enough. I am worthy. I am love and I am loving. I am peace. Oh, good morning, good morning. Kathy Hand, good morning, sweetheart. Linda Lemieux, hello. And Deirdre, good morning to you and thank you for sharing. Deirdre, I am embracing change. Yes, yes. That's the staple in life. We can always be assured that nothing is going to stay the same. There's always going to be change. So I'm so happy that you are embracing that. And I know you've got a lot of exciting things on your plate, Deirdre. Rick Morrow, good morning to you. Anybody else have an I am? You have an affirmation that you would like to share with us today? Just put it in those comments. It's Wacky Wednesday. So if you have anything funny to lift our vibration, put that in there as well. And let's get some laughs going. I want to pull a Kuan Yin card for us. And also, Let's make it a what do you want to know Wednesday? What do you want to know? If you could sit with, let's say, one of the greatest minds of our time, you could sit with one of the influencers, one of the people that really are creating and leading and guiding, what would you ask? What's something that you would ask? What do you want to know? Linda, I am resilient with the help of the angels. Yes, yes. Kathy, I am enough. I am worthy. I am loved. And I am forever grateful. I love that, Kathy. Sally, good morning, Sally and Tony. Hello, hello. We've missed you on here in the mornings. Isabel, good morning, sweet Isabel. It must be getting closer to time for you to leave, right, for Portugal? And I hope that's going to be such an amazing trip for you. Lillian, it's impossible to hear. It's like sound from space. Is anybody else having a problem with hearing this morning? Is the sound wacky on this Wednesday? Or does Lily need to maybe reboot? Just let me know. If it's me, then I'll see if I can do something. Isabel, yes, you're leaving on Monday. Oh, I'm so excited for you. And somebody from EWN is here. Hello, hello. Deirdre, you have no problem with it. And it's good for Isabel and no issues with Sally. And EWN can hear me. So Lillian, maybe reboot if you're on a computer. If you're on your phone, maybe just go out and come back in again and see if you can hear it better. TJ, I'm excited and blessed. I got my new devices now. My blood pressure, glucose monitors are cellular and will automatically transmit my numbers to Texas Telehealth. Awesome. And Sally, we've been busy getting ready for Deirdre's arrival and spring cleaning. Okay, I've been kind of out of the loop. So I have heard some little tricklings on here that Deirdre is going to be coming to Michigan, but I don't know any details. Deirdre, I'm happy that you're going to be going to see Sally and Tony, and I know that's going to be amazing for you. Kathy, I am listening for divine guidance. Oh, it's Stacy on EWM. Well, good morning, Stacy. Let's see, what else we got? Really sad it goes on and so hard to stay. Just maybe go out and come back in, Lillian, and see if the sound is any better, because we'd love to have you stay on here with us. All right, I'm pulling a Kuan Yin card. I did pull a Kuan Yin card. The Tao. The Tao is always flowing, always nourishing life into creation, always presenting steps and solutions, and always reminding us that we are perfect in this moment. You are being guided to relax and allow life to flow. Feel the joy of release and the wonder of how easy life can be when we let go of fear and control. Wow. Yes. Letting go of those two things. And the control comes because of fear a lot of times. So, wow, how wise is that this morning, to let go of that fear and let go of control and just be, right? Just be. So on this W Wednesday, what do you want to know? What would you ask? What's a question that you're curious about? And not that anybody has all the answers, but let's talk. Let's talk. If you had a spotlight on you, if you were in the hot seat right now, I'm putting you all in the hot seat, what would you ask? What question would you put forth that you just would like to hear discussed, have a conversation about? What is it that you want to know? It's just at my lives that it happens. I don't know what to say, honey. I don't. I'm asking, and nobody else has anything that's distorted with the sound or weird with it. So, like I said, maybe go back out and come back in. Just turn it off and turn it back on again, and see if that straightens it out. Oksana, good morning. Oksana says, I am a masterpiece. I am whole. I am magnetic for all the good and blessings of the divine. And I love that, Deirdre. Hashtag just be. Just be. Yeah, when we can do that, when we can put things aside. And, I think that's one of the questions that I would ask if I could sit like with the Dalai Lama, or I could sit with Michael Beckwith, one of the great thought leaders, the influencers of our time. I think I would just really pick their brain about how they are able to just put things to the side. How do you just not focus on those things that distract you, those things that keep you revved up, maybe in a vibration that's not the highest vibration? How do you step aside from what you see as chaos in the world? This is what I would ask. It's like, how do we keep moving past what we perceive is going on that's destructive? Because there are destructive things happening in the world. We can't hide our head and say everything is beautiful. Everything is beautiful, but there are many things that interfere with our happiness, with our joy, with our peace. So how do we step aside and not go into the spin of that? How do we not get caught up in that tornado and what everybody else is doing? How do we just be? How do we just maintain that energy of peace and calm? And I know with the Dalai Lama, he uses humor a lot. He laughs at himself. He laughs at anything that comes up. So I think for him, I can already anticipate that would be one of the things that he would say, is looking at the humor in life, and don't take it so seriously. And this is what the angels have also told me many, many times. Don't take it so seriously. Why are you so serious about it? Lighten up, find that humor, find that sweet spot where you can go sit on the mountaintop or sit in a beautiful landscape and just look at the creation that's here. Look at what the good is in this world. And I feel like that's what I've been finding as I go along my way. What's the good? And I've been seeing so much good in the world. Let's see, what else? Oksana says maybe she can go on YouTube instead of Facebook. Yeah, Lily, if you can find it on YouTube, see if the sound is different for you on there. I don't understand why it's wacky, but that may be a solution, and we'd love to have you staying on with us. All right, Stacy Gary says, let's talk about synchronicity. I met you while angels are appearing to my mom after my dad passed. Synchronicity. Yeah, it's all divine timing. A lot of times it's all about being in the right place at the right time and hearing the words that were meant for you to hear. Every time that I go on a broadcast, I just put that intention out there. Let whoever needs these words today, whether it's my words or words from somebody else that, sorry, we have somebody coming in that's being distracted, and I've got to get rid of that. Okay. But always my intention is that whoever needs the words will be there to hear the words, whether they hear it while it's live or later on the replay. Lillian, have to go out. It's bad sound. Please pray for all in need of my family here and your families, for my family, and please send prayers for me tomorrow. Going to a small operation, but still nervous. Prayers for you, my son, to stay healthy and safe, for Mother Earth, and love you all. Love you, honey. And I hope that you can come back in and listen to it, maybe on YouTube, see if it'll work for you on there. Deirdre says, I would ask, why couldn't Tesla complete his mission? That's a good question. Tesla, one of the greatest minds of our time, did so many innovative things. I was listening to, who was I listening to? It might have been David Wilcock. I can't remember now. But anyway, they were saying that, some of the things that Tesla came out with, some of the ideas and the things that he wrote about or spoke about were discounted. Like they were going, oh, that's just crazy. What are you talking about? That doesn't make any sense at all. And now they're realizing it really did make sense. So there's a lot of things, I think, that were kind of just not brought forth into the public, or not brought forth in a big way, that Tesla brought to us as he received downloads. That's how all of the great minds that discovered things and brought things forth for us, they got downloads from spirit, from their spirit guides, from God, from wherever it came from. And many times when those innovative thoughts come forth, it's way ahead of what our human brains can even process. So we're like, that doesn't make sense. What are you talking about? So I think a lot of what Tesla wrote about or spoke about is now being seen as something that was way ahead of where it could even be acknowledged. So there's still a lot coming out, Deirdre, with Tesla, and a lot of his ideas that are just really now starting to shine and come forth for us. And Deirdre says, on a personal note, I'd ask, why can't I see my own beauty? I think if you ask me that question, I'd just hold up a mirror for you, because I see it, and I know that everyone on here sees your beauty and your grace and your love and your humor and your compassion. So, okay. So Oksana says, I would love to spend some time with Mary Magdalene and ask how to become whole and have merged harmoniously my divine masculine and feminine. That's a big topic right now, Oksana. It's something that we're really, at this point in time, we're realizing how much we need that balance. And it's all about the balance. It's not focusing on one or the other, but on both, and how to integrate that. And that's something that I want to explore as well. So I'm going to be looking at maybe doing a series of teachings on that integration and the integrative process, and how to heal by bringing that balance together. All right, Isabel says, Isabel, is the door that is shown often to me in different colors to show me the different dimensions? The one with the elevator going up and down, and I saw different dimensions of living that weren't strange, but did not resonate with me anymore. And the next question would be, which modality of healing is the one for me to learn now? All right. That's a great question. And asking those questions to somebody that could explore them with you, I think would be beautiful. Just sit in that energy and just talk about when we get downloads like that, like the images that are shown, just asking for clarity. And Archangel Gabriel is my go-to. Anytime I get an image that comes through, something that's different, that I'm not sure what I'm seeing, even sometimes. It's like, what is that? I'm not sure what that is. And that happened to me just recently, where I was in meditation and I just kept seeing this image and I'm going, I'm not aware of that. I don't know what that is. Can you help me understand it? And they did. So when you have something like that that comes through, like the elevator door and seeing the beings, just ask that question. And as far as learning, we're always learning, and don't ever stop learning. Always be curious, always want to know, and then put the question out there, and you'll know intuitively. You'll know what's right for you. Ask of your heart. When we go into our heart and we're really serious and genuine, and we say, what modality would would best serve me right now to have more understanding of, and then just leave it open and see what comes to you intuitively. All right, what else we got? Isabel, I am enough. Yes, yes. Isabel says, I love humor, but genuine. Yes. TJ, Keith Ledger, as the Joker, asked, why are we so serious? Yeah, I know, right? The angels ask that all the time. They're like, why are you so serious? Laugh. Laughter, when you go into a genuine laugh and you're just being, that's all you're doing when you're laughing. You're just being. You're not judging, you're not criticizing, you're not being serious. You're just allowing that energy of laughter to take over. Everything lightens up, and then the veil lifts and you're able to see more clearly. That's the beauty of laughter. It really does open up a portal for you to see things more clearly. Becky LaFave, good morning, darling. And Kathy Hand says, yes, like I read a lesson each day in A Course in Miracles, but it is difficult for me to see the reality the author speaks about. Yeah, sometimes we have to step away, Kathy. I think that's a big key. When we get a download or we read a line or hear somebody say something that it's not computing just yet, it might be there, but not fully. When you step away, you use that pause button. I use the pause all the time. If something is not feeling right, or I know that I need more information, or I go into an energy that I'm not comfortable with, I just hit pause and I just say, okay, wait a minute. What am I thinking? What's going on here? Let me look at this as an observer. That would be what I would say to you. Look at it as an observer, and then let it integrate into your thoughts, into your beliefs. And A Course in Miracles, it's one of those books that you live. It's not something that you can just read and get it the first time you read it. I didn't get it the first time I read it. I was like, what the heck is this? And got very curious about it. But what I noticed, for me, especially in my own experience, I needed other people's influence. I needed other people's opinions, other people to look at it with me so that we would have more than one idea or one thought about it. Good morning, Tammy Fisk. Oh, Rick, you're talking about Tesla. Yeah. Yes, that was a lot of it, wasn't it? Um, I have a friend that received a huge download. It's called the Christ Codes. And there's a lot of powerful energy in those codes. And she said, this was given to me freely. I'm sharing it freely. So you can go to her website, christcodes.org, I believe, and you can find out everything that was downloaded to her. You can find out all this information. And she even holds free classes about it. So I believe when we are given something, let's share it. Let's put it out there. Let's let others see it. Linda's talking to Deirdre. Deirdre, accept it. We are mirrors and see your beauty inside and out. Yes, we do. Stacy says, I'm loving all this. Too bad I'm driving. Oh, I'm sorry you're driving. I wish you were right here in this conversation. I think we need to have some deep conversations about a lot of these questions. I love that this opened up this morning. I just had that inspiration of just asking, what do you want to know? Erica is also telling Deirdre, you're beautiful inside and out. Awesome. TJ says, correct me if I'm wrong, but wasn't people like Ben Franklin, his experiments, Graham Bell, the Russian scientists that first thought about great things, that is electricity, phone space, travel? I think so, TJ. And they were thought crazy. Yeah, they were. And that's the thing about any new, we have somebody else coming in. What's with the trolls today? So Olawale, sorry, but you're out of here. You don't come in and mess with the peas. Yeah, a lot of the new innovative thoughts, the things that come out that sound kind of strange, people are looked at like they've got two heads. I was like, what are you saying? What are you talking about? So yeah, that happens a lot, TJ, where there's something that's new and innovative and it's just not taken seriously, or it's like, ooh, that wouldn't work, and just discounted. All right, let's see where we're at. Isabel says, I'm very attracted to learn about shamanism, but Reiki, it comes out all wrong in my mind. Yeah, sometimes we just have to step away, Isabel. There have been many times that I've been aware of something new, some new modality or new thought, and it doesn't make sense right away, or I'm not sure about it, so I step away from it. And that's the best thing we can do, is just step away and then go back to it. And that's one of the best methods of learning. So if you're studying anything, if there's something that you're trying to learn and focus on, and you're just being frustrated or you're not getting it, just put it down. And the great teachers will all tell you that. Just put it down for a minute, not put it away forever, but just set it aside and don't look at it, don't focus on it. And then when you go back to it, you're looking at it with fresh eyes. You've got a new perspective about it. So that's one of the great tools and great tips about learning, is to just step away and look at it. And I think a lot of times if we take a break from something, then it gives it time to really get into our system and for us to understand it better. Stacy Gary says, we are in a unique time right now. Yes, we are. We certainly are. There's never been a time like this in the history of humanity. And we're learning how to adapt. We're learning how to process things and how to understand it more. And there are so many factions. There are so many people that have different thoughts about what's going on in the world, and how to handle it, how to deal with it. There's not one answer. There really is not one answer. The great minds can sit around and talk. It's like the days of old when we had the philosophers, and they would just sit and discuss and look at things and each put in their 2 cents worth. And I think that's what's happening today. We don't have just a Plato or Socrates or any of those great mind thought leaders. We have groups, and the groups are all talking amongst themselves. And then when they try to talk to each other, there's differences of opinion. And then the human ego kicks in. So I think if we could just sit and listen to each other openly, without criticism, without discounting ideas, but just listening, that would go a long way in solving some of the problems that are going on and some of the issues. TJ says, for me, and this is just for me, I'm loving my Reiki learning. Good, TJ. I'm so happy that you are. And, there are so many modalities out there. There's so much to learn, and so much that it sometimes seems like it's different, but it's all energy. It is all working with energy, whether you're doing Reiki or time heals, which is the modality that was brought through by my angels and spirit guides, or you're doing theta healing, or whatever it is, quantum touch. It's all the same. It really is all the same. Linda says, I am curious about the next step of communication. I feel we have a belt, a circle around the earth, which enables us to talk without words. It also affects time. We can reach in and acquire knowledge. Linda, I think that's already happening. And I think one of the things that's going on right now is the communication methods are being revved up. It's not going to be the same as it was in the past. There's a group of satellites that are being dispersed out in space by Elon Musk. And I know he's not everybody's favorite person, but he also, like Tesla, has had downloads and had ideas. And one of the things that's going on with these satellites, they are circling the Earth, and they are able to bring us more advanced technology than what we could ever imagine right now. So, and yeah, I know that you're talking about telepathy and tapping into that circle of energy. It feels like, from what I can see, it looks like it's the Akasha, and we can tap into that Akasha at any time and find information and pull information from it. So I think you are on the right track there, Linda. I think you've really got some insight and have a great download of information. Isabel says, as long as we follow the truth, stay away from lies and or what doesn't feel right. You have to tap into your heart, Isabel. That's what I was saying earlier. Go into your heart and ask your heart, and your heart will never lie to you. There's a few ways that you can use muscle testing. There's a lot of different things that you can do. One of them is like the interlocking of your fingers and asking a question. and getting the yes or no that way. One of them is the sway, where you ask a question and then your body is going to move one way or another with a yes or a no. So those are a couple of ways that you can get answers. Just phrase it in a yes or no. But focus on the positive. That's what I do. I focus on the positive. And if something doesn't feel right, if it's not setting right in your gut, in your intuition, then yeah, just step back, step away from it, as I said earlier, and be the observer. Prachetta, good morning, darling. Special prayers for my dearest, beautiful fairy Teri ma'am. Thanks so much for everything. You are the best. Special prayers for my dearest, beautiful Massima, who is facing something very difficult today. Special prayers of healing to my brothers, Pachir and Neil. I love you both, my dear brothers. Love you all, and thank you for being there. Grateful, my entire Angelic River family. Love you. Thank you, Prachetta. And yes, let's lift up your Massima and lift up your brothers. And I just want to do an unspoken request for some healing. And I know the power of prayer is so powerful. So I want you all to join with me in that. Oh, thank you, Prachetta. Namaste to you too, darling. TJ says, isn't shamanism just what we had before Reiki became a catchphrase? As you said, Teri, it is all healing energies. Yeah, it's all one. When we feel into the oneness of everything, then we know that there's no separation. And when we try to separate out these modalities, that's just adding to the separation. They're all the same. It really is all the same. Sally says, I've been doing a lot of Reiki healing lately. This is really helping me to find my place in the universe. I receive so many messages on where we are healing. Yes, yes. All right, let's do any other prayer requests that you have. Let's put those in there. Thank you so much for this conversation today. Thank you for responding to that question of what do you want to know? What would you ask? If you could sit with some of the great minds of our time, some of the great thought leaders, those who are really going inside, taking the time to just sit and ponder and ask, and then come out with the thoughts about that. What would you ask? And I love that question. I love just sitting sometimes and thinking, okay, I'm sitting in front of the Dalai Lama. What am I going to ask him? And when we can practice doing that, practice is something that the brain doesn't know if you're doing it or not. If you visualize it fully and you just visualize being in that seat and you see whoever your guru is, whoever your go-to that you listen to a lot. And I know that some of you have shared like Cryon and people that are always in touch with their spirit guides and listening and bringing those messages in. What would you ask if you were in that hot seat? If you were, let's say, listening to Esther Hicks channeling Abraham, and you were in the hot seat and could ask any question, what would your question be? Start practicing that. Start putting that energy out there that you're going to sit and listen to another way of looking at things, another perspective, because that's really what you're doing when you're sitting with someone else. We're all the same. So it's just you reflecting back to you, but in a way that maybe you'll sit up and pay attention and listen. So thank you for this conscious conversation that we have had today. It's been an amazing time together with you all today. I love this. Any other prayers? Isabel, prayers to all of us and our families, prayers for all in India, prayers for Stacy, Kathy, your friends, prayers for clearing my path. Yes, yes. Good morning, Catherine Kovacs. TJ says, sorry, I would ask Jesus or Mary Magdalene if in fact Jesus was not her contemporary and she taught him first. That would be a good question to ask Mary. And I would sit in meditation and call in the energy of Mary Magdalene and ask that. And like I said, I really feel led to open up some discussions about integrating the divine masculine and divine feminine. So I think that may be coming down the road, not too far down the road even, as I go further on this journey. I'm in New Mexico right now. I'm in Santa Fe. And today I'm going to be going to, I believe it's called Taos, Taos. And I'm excited about that. I've heard some different things about it. So I want to go into those mountains and into that energy and just feel what comes forth, because I feel like there's some teachings coming forth now that I've reached this point in the journey. And I'll be going into Colorado on my way to South Dakota. So I'm ready to bring in some teaching, and anyone that's interested in that, just let me know if you would like to sit in conversation. And TJ says, I will be there for sure. Trachetta, yes, I am in a very beautiful place. There's so much magical energy here in New Mexico. TJ says, continued prayers for world peace. And Oksana, prayers to let go of everything that is not love. Yes, yes. Stacy Gary says, I was in Taos a year ago. It is amazing. I can't wait to see it. I'll be heading out of here this morning. So I'll take pictures if I can. If I have Wi-Fi, I'll take you all along with me. Sally, prayers for our Angelic River family, prayers for our universe, prayers for those who are on this big push forward, and prayers for peace within us all. Absolutely. Yes, Prachetta, let's chant Om. I chant Om all through the day. If I'm driving, whatever I'm doing. Did I tell you all about the flies, how they responded to Om? I know I told you about the flies. They were some of my teachers on this journey. And when I was sitting out in nature and they were just like buzzing like crazy, I just started chanting Om. I just sat there and had that inspired thought to just chant Om. And those flies lifted their wings upward. They just sat still, didn't buzz around, didn't fly, just lifted their wings upward. They recognized Om as one of the great sounds of the universe, the sound that represents God, because God is the unnamed one. But when we chant Om, that's what we're doing, is bringing in that energy. TJ says, prayers for my legs. Yes, yes. And prayers, please, for my brother, Gary, and for all of my biological family. They're all going through something in their own way. So just lift up my family and our beautiful Angelic River family. I love you all so much. And travel prayers for me today, and prayers also that I can get my thoughts together for an upcoming event. It's Unity Week. It's a full week of presenters and people who will be bringing in lessons and blessings and discussions. So yeah, asking for prayers for that it will be absolutely amazing as we go into that week. Okay, so we have another troll. I don't know what's with all the trolls today, but let me get rid of that one. And then we'll go into our meditation, so we're not being bugged. All right, so let's take a deep breath in. And let's feel into that highest power that exists, our Creator. You don't have to call a name. Just bring to mind what you envision as the source of all energy, the source of all that is. And if you want to chant Om, let's do that. Let's call in that creative source by the sound Om. 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 Go deep into your heart as you do this. Om. Let that energy flow through you. Your soul will recognize that sound. Your soul will know that it's reaching out to the universe. It's reaching out for openness, for clarity. If there's something that is on your mind and you're not sure what direction to go in, you're not sure what the next step is to take, just sit in a silent moment and listen. Om. Om. Just imagine if you have wings, and you do, you have energetic wings. Just see them raising upward, giving homage to God, to the Creator, to Source Energy, honoring and respecting our Creator, giving love, unconditional love, back to that one who created us with unconditional love. What would you say right now to the Creator as you're sitting there, just being, no other thoughts, just focusing on the sound of Om, listening to what's coming to you, feeling what's happening inside with that vibration. Om. Did you have an inspired thought in that moment? Was there something that you had a burning question and you just want the answer to it? Just put that out there. Put that thought out there. If you can verbalize it, physically use your voice and ask the question out loud. Sometimes listening to it being said opens up a portal so that you can receive the information back through that portal. It's like being on a telephone. You don't sit on a telephone with somebody and not speak. You just think the words. You have to speak them out loud for that other person to know what you're saying or hearing, at least right now. In the future, we may be able to do that without words. But for right now, verbalizing it puts it into a form. Words are what we use as humans. So verbalize your thought to the Creator. Ask it out loud. And I hear you verbalizing. I hear the thoughts. It's like having 100 different TV sets going at the same time when we tap into that energy that's going toward the Creator. But you know what? The Creator is able to hear each thought, to hear each word, and to respond to each word. So let's put it out there. Whatever it is that you want to say or ask, put it out there now. Om. Om. The really important thing is to listen. Once you put that thought forth, once you ask the question, just sit and listen. You'll hear the answer. You may not hear it immediately, but you'll hear the answer. It will come. Trust in that. Have faith in that. Know that you're being heard, that you're being seen, you're being acknowledged. I encourage everyone to do this more than once. Do it throughout your day. As it comes into your mind again, just sit in the stillness. If you want to chant Om, or if you want to just reach out to the Creator and say, I would love to know the answer to this. I would love an inspired message. It will happen. Trust it, believe it. Take a breath in and feel the love that's coming directly from Source, coming in directly from God, what I call God. You can call it whatever you want. Doesn't matter what name we give that source of all that is. Feel that love and give it back out. The love is given freely, and it's for us to give freely. You can't put any limits on it, or it's not love. So as someone asked the prayer to release anything that's unlike love, let's do that now. Breathe in the love. And then release out anything unlike love. Just let it go. Breathe in again. Breathe in the love. Let it build inside of you. And then share it out. And let's share it with family. Let's share it to each and every one. That felt good. I hope you felt that energy. I hope you got your inspired answer from Spirit. And I hope that today you will give some thought to what it is that you would ask. What would you ask? Sometimes we don't know what's inside of us until we start thinking and start verbalizing. So let's send love to each person here, each person in the family that gathered together today. Thank you for being here on this beautiful Wednesday. Thank you for having this deep conversation about things that you would like to know about. I want to do more of this. I want to sit in conscious conversation with everyone in the family. And let's just really put some thought into what we want to discuss, what we want to talk about. So as we look at each other, look at the names, or just pull into our mind who's here and who's not here, sending love to those who didn't show up today, But just know that you're loved. And let's say thank you. I love you. And I'm going to play our song to take us out of here. And let's get on with our day. I love you all so much. Have a beautiful, blessed day. Hello, Marietta. Yes, indeed. Everything is working
So you're in a hurry.
according to an
Well, you better
incredible
calm down.
time.
We're all friends around you. Just join the fun. 'Cause if you're in a hurry, you're missing the point. Should enjoy the fruits of life instead of chasing coins. Because it's a beautiful day.
It's a beautiful day.
Isn't so come on, let's play.
Come on, let's play. I see your words. I see your love. Thank you. Thank you. I love you.
Forget the rush you're in and find a good spot. Sit down and join us as we sing a good song. Keep back, relax, and just follow along. Oh, we got plenty of time. Taking it easy won't cost you a dime. Throw another log onto the fire. Because it's a beautiful day.
There's some love. It's your day. Little bit
Come on, let's
with a
play.
little bit. Some love. Love, Mom. See you back here tomorrow morning.